Accessories are an essential part of any Terraria playthrough, providing unique abilities and bonuses to your character. Meanwhile, armour provides crucial defensive and offensive capabilities, while mounts and hooks can help you traverse the world's vast and varied landscapes. One of the most beloved aspects of the game is being able to experiment with different sets of these items, finding the perfect combination to suit your individual playstyle and take on the game's many bosses. However, in this video, I'm going to be taking on the challenge of completing Terraria using only one set of equipment. I'll have to make my choices early on and stick with them through thick and thin, so join me as I dive headfirst into the world of Terraria and see if I can complete the game with just one set of equipment. After spawning into the world, I begin exploring to see what I can find. My first goal is to get enough life crystals to summon the goblin army, as well as enough diamonds to craft a hook. I won't have access to boots or wings for quite some time, so I made the choice to equip a hook early on. This will provide me with a highly effective means of movement, allowing smoother travel throughout the world and reducing the frequency of unfortunate deaths. After some time in the caverns, I found a few diamonds, but not enough for a hook, so I crafted these into gemcorns and waited for them to grow while I kept exploring. During this time, I found a gravitation potion which led to the Star Fury, providing me an excellent weapon for the early game. By now some of the diamond trees had grown, so I cut them down and crafted the best pre-boss hook in the game, and the only hook I'd be using in this playthrough. With this small upgrade I felt much more powerful, so began working towards my first accessory, the amphibian boots. These are much easier to obtain and arguably better than the Spectre boots or their subsequent upgrades, requiring only some fishing and defeating the goblin army. The first step is simple, just a little bit of fishing for the frog leg and then opening some crates for the sailfish boots. With the ingredients obtained, it was time to work on the crafting station needed to combine them. I didn't want to deal with random goblin armies later on in the playthrough, so I constructed a platform above the ocean to farm for goblin scouts. This would also double as my Duke Fishthorn arena further down the line. After a while I had obtained enough tattered cloth to make the goblin battle standard, so I summoned the goblin army and took them out with the Star Fury from the safety of my home. With the goblins defeated, I went out in search of the goblin tinkerer and soon found him.
There's the goblin. Nice. For once, not buying the rocket boots.
Now that I had the workshop, I could combine the frog leg and sailfish boots to make my first accessory.
Okay, let's create our first accessory. The amphibian boots. Now I am going to allow reforging. I've decided that I will allow reforging. Even though armour is pretty good considering that's the only defense we're going to have for quite a while. Other than potions. I guess potions exist.
Said potions would be very useful in my upcoming fight against the Eye of Cthulhu, whoever first came building an arena, which my stream chat quickly reminded me should be made out of mushroom platforms.
Your arena must be made out of shrooms, you're right. I'm so sorry. How could I forget?
You see, for some reason, my stream chat quickly became obsessed with the mushroom biome during this playthrough, with almost every message being some kind of meme surrounding it, culminating in 7 minutes straight of shroom references while I built my arena for the Eye.
Make a shroom chest for shroom related things. I do have a shroom chest. Shroom campfires too. Well, I've kind of run out of shroom to be honest. I'm going to need to go down to the shroom biome again to get more shroom. Okay, it's shrooming time. Make sure to use the shroomite digging claw. Once I can get it, I will definitely use it. Turn the surface jungle into a shroom land. Is the arena from shroom on purpose? Yes, everything is shroom on purpose. Even the stuff that's accidental. We need a shroom farm for shroom items. I mean, this is basically a shroom farm. Like, this will just naturally grow shrooms over time. Without me having to go through any effort to make one. Aren't shroom farms illegal? It depends where you live.
After the shrooming was over, I summoned the Eye of Cthulhu to unlock my second accessory, the Shield of Cthulhu.
And at this point, it's kind of just flailing around until he dies. Put the spiky balls. Yeah, keep the spiky balls for that. And now we have the second accessory.
As one of the only 2 dashing accessories in the game, this one was a no-brainer for me. Even in a normal playthrough, there's a good chance I'd still be using this well into the endgame, and luckily, the same can be said for the next accessory too.
I mean, I'm assuming the Star Fury is going to be alright for this, although it's maybe not the best thing to use, considering it doesn't pierce much. We'll give it a go. We can always fight it again. So, boss 2 is down, which means accessory 3 has been equipped.
With both a 1 in 6 chance of dodging attacks and a 20% boost to crit chances after a dodge, the Brain of Confusion has an excellent mix of defensive and offensive abilities, making it an easy choice in this playthrough. After crafting a Deathbringer pickaxe, I made my way to the underworld to mine Hellstone. Although without wanting to equip any items made from it, my only upgrades could come from weapons.
Is Hellstone going to be useful for anything? I guess the Volcanoes is really good against Skeletron, I've heard. And I've not actually used it since it's been reworked, so I might give that a go.
The only thing left to do before Skeletron was building an arena at the dungeon.
Oh, eye. Why is there an eye here now? Ah. Well, that was tense. But yeah. Obviously very easy. Not an issue at all.
With Skeletron defeated, it was time to prepare for the Wall of Flesh. After exploring the dungeon for a while, I considered equipping a Cobalt or Obsidian shield, but decided to instead go for the superior strategy of not getting hit. As for weapons, I upgraded to the Knight's Edge for high damage at a close range, and the Water Bolt for low damage while not dying. So after constructing a bridge across Hell, it was time to summon the wall.
Yeah, so that didn't go as well as I thought it would.
With some expansion of my Hell Bridge and placing down arena buffs, I was able to take down the wall.
Also reaching the point where the speed is becoming an issue. Right, final stand. Oh, 196 health. Oh, that's painful.
I said, take down the wall.
I've probably got this. If I do this, and then that. Yeah. It was easy. That only took like one attempt, right? First time?
While the lack of defense and damage was a bit of an annoyance in pre-hard mode, it was about to become a death sentence now that I was in hard mode.
What's the worst that can happen? Oh, that's the worst that could happen. Nice. I kind of thought that would happen. Not before I did it, but once I started. That was fun. Brilliant. I love this playthrough so far.
While I decided to hold off on equipping armour, there was a couple of accessories I could use that would massively boost my survivability, and both just needed me to kill a bunch of mimics.
Starville would be very, very nice to put on, I'm not gonna lie. Do I go Starville? Do I go Starville? So if I did Starville, I would then have wings and one other slot, which would probably be the Charm of Myths. But then that's all of my slots taken up for the rest of the game. Oh, that takes 8 minutes really quickly. Okay, Philosopher's Stone. I'm thinking Charm of Myths is a no-brainer because it's viable until late game because you get better and better potions as you go. So Charm of Myths is in fact going on. However, Starvale I'm not sure about yet. I feel like I should maybe just go for it. I'm going for it. We've gone for it. So I now have 5 of my 6 accessories that I can use throughout the playthrough. Still don't have a mount yet, which is a good thing because it means that there's still some choice in the playthrough.
But I was soon going to take that choice away, because next up was Queen Slime. I died many times, but so did she, and eventually I got the gelatinous pillion mount to drop, and equipped my one and only mount this playthrough. I went for this mount in particular for a variety of reasons. Not only does it provide a fast run speed and limited flight, but it also gives one of the best fall speeds in the game, making it useful even after we've equipped wings. For now though, I'm going to use it to take down the mechs. The destroyer is up first, and the meteor staff rather fittingly destroys him, while the bounce effect of the Queen Slime mount allows me to land on him without taking damage. After a rather quick fight, the destroyer is defeated.
So, first mech down, which means hallowed bars. We should hopefully be able to do quite a lot with hallowed bars, including weapon upgrades and armour. And since I've got 33, I can actually do the greaves and a headgear of some kind. I'm thinking melee just for the defense alone, because that's an extra 16 defense from the rest of them. And even if I do want to go multi-class, I don't think it's worth going for one of these other ones just for that. I mean, this would also help with Summoner, I guess, because I'd have the increased melee speed. But it is now time to make the first piece of armour in the entire playthrough. I think that's the first time my armour has been over 30. So I definitely don't want the Hallowed Hood. Sure, it would increase my damage against everything because I'd have summons at all times, but 1 defense is nothing. I think I'm going to go for the Hallowed Mask. So, our first and only 2 pieces of armour. All I need to do now is defeat another mech, and then I'll have a full set of armor. 55 defense from like 20. That's crazy.
This increased defense allowed me to take out Skeletron Prime with ease, and after completing the armor set, the twins are next. With all the mechs defeated and a full set of armour equipped, I felt incredibly powerful. However, there was still one more accessory slot to be filled, and that wouldn't come easy. You may be wondering why I'm fighting Duke now instead of going the intended route of Plantera and Golem first. Well, the answer is simple. Duke drops the best wings, and when I can only equip one pair throughout this entire playthrough, why settle for anything less than the best?
Oh, I've been confused. Oh god. Right, but it's going to phase 3 surely. God, that was bad. We got this. There we go. Nice. And Tsunami. That's pretty good actually. That should be able to take down Duke a lot easier.
The Tsunami definitely did help, but nowhere near as much as the bubble gun he dropped on his third death.
Well, that feels like much higher damage. Yeah, that is good. Can't believe I've never used the bubble gun before. God, this feels overpowered almost. That was so quick. And fish on wings, warding as well, nice. Finally got wings. Means I can dash and fly at the same time.
With some of the best wings and weapons in the game, it was time for a boss rush.
Well, that was really easy.
Next, I took down the pillars, upgraded my weapons, and waited for the arrival of the Moonlord.
So there it is. Terraria with only one set of accessories, armour and mounts and hook. One set of everything except for weapons, I guess.